Have you ever felt like something is watching you? Like there's a presence in the room, but you can't see it? Well, you might be right. Today, we're talking about powerful demons that are keeping an eye on the chosen ones, and you might be one of them. This isn't just a story or a myth. It's happening right now, all around us. These demons are real, they're powerful, and they're interested in certain people for very specific reasons. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's going on and how to protect yourself. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, demons? Chosen ones? What's all this about? I get it. It sounds like something out of a movie or a book. But the truth is, these things have been part of human history and spirituality for thousands of years. People have been talking about demons and special individuals since the beginning of time. And there's a reason for that. It's because these things are real, and they're still happening today. Let's start with the chosen ones. Who are they? Well, it's not as fancy as it might sound. Chosen ones are simply people who have a special energy or purpose. They're not necessarily famous or rich or powerful in the usual ways. In fact, many chosen ones don't even know they're special. They're just regular people going about their lives, but there's something different about them, something that sets them apart from everyone else. Think of it like this. In a world full of people, chosen ones are like bright lights. They shine a little brighter. They stand out a little more. It's not something you can see with your eyes, but it's there. It's an energy, a vibration, a special quality that makes them unique. And just like moths are drawn to a flame, certain powerful beings are drawn to these special individuals. Now, you might be wondering, am I a chosen one? Well, there's a good chance you might be. If you've always felt different, if you've had strange experiences that you can't explain, if you feel like you have a special purpose in life, but you're not sure what it is, these could all be signs that you're one of the chosen ones. But being chosen one isn't always easy. In fact, it can be pretty challenging. Because when you shine brighter than others, you also attract attention. And not all of that attention is good. Which brings us to the main topic of our video today. The powerful demons that are watching the chosen ones. Now, when I say demons, I'm not talking about little red guys with horns and pitchforks. That's just a cartoon version of something much more complex and scary. The demons we're talking about are powerful spiritual beings. They're ancient, they're smart, and they're always looking for ways to influence our world. These demons aren't physical beings like you and me. They exist in a different realm, a spiritual dimension that overlaps with our physical world. Think of it like radio waves. You can't see radio waves, but they're all around us, carrying music and voices through the air. Demons are kind of like that. They're all around us, but we usually can't see or hear them. But just because we can't see them doesn't mean they're not real. These demons are very real, and they're very powerful. They have abilities that we can hardly imagine. They can influence our thoughts, our emotions, and even the events in our lives. They can create illusions, manipulate energy, and even possess people in some cases. Now, you might be thinking, if these demons are so powerful, why don't they just take over the world? Well, it's not that simple. These demons have limitations. They can't just do whatever they want in our physical world. They need channels, connections to our world. And that's where the chosen ones come in. You see, chosen ones are like bridges between our world and the spiritual world. They have a special energy that makes it easier for spiritual beings, both good and bad, to interact with our world. And that's why these demons are so interested in the chosen ones. They see them as potential tools, as ways to increase their influence in our world. But here's the thing. These demons don't just come out and show themselves. They're sneaky. They hide in the shadows, watching and waiting for the right moment. They're patient and they're clever. They might watch a chosen one for years, learning everything about them, looking for weaknesses they can exploit. Imagine you're in a crowded room. You can see everyone around you, but there's also someone watching you through a hidden camera. You can't see them, but they can see everything you do. That's kind of what it's like for chosen ones. These demons are always there, always watching, but they stay hidden in the shadows. So why are these demons so interested in watching the chosen ones? What do they want? Well, It's all about power and influence. These demons want to have more control over our world, and they see chosen ones as a way to get that control. Remember how we said that chosen ones are like bridges between our world and the spiritual world? Well, that makes them very valuable to these demons. If a demon can influence or control a chosen one, it's like they've got a foot in the door to our world. They can use that chosen one to affect things in our world in ways they couldn't do on their own. But it's not just about control. These demons are also interested in the special energy that chosen ones have. This energy is like food for them. It makes them stronger, more powerful. So by watching and eventually trying to influence chosen ones, these demons are looking to increase their own power. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly do these demons want to do with all this power and influence? Well, it's not good. These aren't friendly beings looking to help humanity. They have their own agendas, and those agendas usually involve causing chaos, suffering, and destruction. Some of these demons want to create conflict and war. Others want to spread fear and negativity. Some might want to corrupt people and lead them away from their true purpose. And some might have even bigger plans, like trying to change the course of human history or alter the spiritual balance of our world. But here's the important thing to remember. These demons can't just do whatever they want. They need cooperation from humans, especially from chosen ones. That's why they watch from the shadows, learning and planning. They're looking for opportunities, for moments of weakness when they can try to exert their influence. And that's why it's so important for chosen ones, and for everyone, really, to be aware of these demons and to know how to protect themselves. Because knowledge is power, and the more we understand about these demons and their tactics, the better we can defend ourselves against them. Now, you might be feeling a bit scared or overwhelmed at this point. And that's okay. This is heavy stuff we're talking about. But remember, being afraid is exactly what these demons want. Fear makes us weak, it clouds our judgment, and it makes us easier to influence. So instead of being afraid, we need to be prepared. In the next part of this video, we're going to talk about the signs that demons might be watching you. We'll discuss how to recognize their influence and what you can do to protect yourself. Because even though these demons are powerful, we're not helpless against them. We have our own power, our own light, and when we know how to use it, we can keep ourselves safe from even the darkest shadows. But before we get into that, let's take a moment to really understand what we're dealing with. These demons aren't just random spirits or ghosts. They're organized, they're intelligent, and they have a long history of interacting with humans. In many spiritual traditions, there are stories and warnings about these beings. From ancient religious texts to modern spiritual teachings, the message is clear. These demons are real, they're powerful, and they're always looking for ways to influence our world. Think about all the times in history when people have done terrible things. When wars have started for no good reason, when people have turned against each other, when darkness seems to take over. While humans certainly have the capacity for evil on their own, many spiritual teachers believe that these events are often influenced by these dark beings working from the shadows. But it's not all doom and gloom. For every dark being, there are also forces of light. There are spiritual beings that want to help and protect us. And more importantly, we have our own inner light, our own power. The chosen ones, especially, have a great capacity for good. That's why these demons are so interested in them. Because if they can turn a chosen one to their side, they gain a powerful ally. But if a chosen one realizes their power and chooses to stand in their light, they become a powerful force for good in the world. So as we continue this journey, remember, yes, there are powerful demons watching from the shadows, but you are not helpless. You have your own power, your own light. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to recognize these demons, how to protect yourself from them, and how to stand strong in your own power. In the next section, we're going to dive deeper into the signs that demons might be watching you. We'll explore the subtle ways they try to influence us and how to recognize when something isn't quite right. Because the first step in protecting yourself is knowing what you're up against. So stay tuned, stay alert, and remember, knowledge is power, and we're about to arm you with a lot of it. Now that we understand who the chosen ones are and why demons are interested in them, let's talk about how you can tell if these powerful beings are watching you. Remember, these demons are sneaky. They don't just show up with a big sign saying, "Hey, I'm a demon." Instead, they work in subtle ways, often making you doubt your own experiences. But there are signs, and if you know what to look for, you can spot them. First, let's talk about unusual feelings or sensations. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly felt like the temperature dropped, even though nothing has changed? Or maybe you've felt a sudden heaviness in the air, like the atmosphere itself has become thick and oppressive. These could be signs of a demonic presence. Demons often bring a feeling of heaviness or coldness with them. It's like they suck the energy out of a place. Another common sign is unexplained shadows or movements in the corner of your eye. You might be sitting in your room, minding your own business, when suddenly you see a dark shape move across the wall. But when you turn to look directly at it, it's gone. This isn't your imagination playing tricks on you. Demons often appear as shadows or dark shapes, especially when they're just watching and not trying to interact directly. Nightmares or sleep paralysis can also be signs that demons are watching you. Now, not every bad dream means there's a demon in your room. But if you're having recurring nightmares, especially ones where you feel a dark presence, or where you're being chased or attacked by shadowy figures, this could be a sign. Sleep paralysis, where you wake up and can't move, often accompanied by a feeling of a heavy weight on your chest, is another potential sign of demonic activity. Electrical disturbances are another thing to watch out for. Demons are energy beings, and they can interfere with electrical devices. If your lights flicker for no reason, if your TV or radio turns on by itself, or if your phone or computer acts up in strange ways, it could be a sign of demonic presence. Of course, sometimes a flickering light is just a loose bulb, but if these things happen often and can't be explained, it might be something more. Sudden negative emotions or thoughts can also be a sign. If you suddenly feel angry, depressed, or anxious for no apparent reason, it could be a demon trying to influence your emotions. They often try to bring people down, to make them feel hopeless or angry. If you find yourself having dark thoughts that don't feel like your own, this could be a sign of demonic influence. Lastly, pay attention to your pets. Animals are often more sensitive to spiritual presences than humans are. If your dog or cat starts barking or hissing at empty spaces, if they refuse to enter certain rooms, or if they seem scared for no apparent reason, they might be sensing a demonic presence that you can't see. Now, it's important to remember that experiencing one or two of these signs doesn't necessarily mean you're being watched by demons. Sometimes a nightmare is just a nightmare, and sometimes shadows are just shadows. But if you're experiencing multiple signs, especially if they're happening regularly, it might be time to consider the possibility of demonic activity. So we've talked about the signs that demons might be watching you. But why are they doing this? What do they want? Understanding their motivations can help us better protect ourselves against their influence. First and foremost, demons watch chosen ones because they see them as potential tools. Remember, chosen ones have a special energy, a connection to the spiritual world that makes them valuable to these dark beings. By watching chosen ones, demons are looking for weaknesses, for ways to manipulate or control them. They're like predators studying their prey, looking for the best moment to strike. But it's not just about control. Demons are also interested in the energy that chosen ones possess. This energy is like food for them. It makes them stronger, more powerful. By watching chosen ones, they're often trying to feed off this energy, even from a distance. This is why chosen ones might sometimes feel drained or tired for no apparent reason. Another reason demons watch chosen ones is to prevent them from realizing their full potential. Chosen ones have the capacity to do great good in the world, to bring light and positive change. Demons don't want this to happen. By watching and trying to influence chosen ones, they hope to keep them confused, scared, or doubting themselves. They want to stop chosen ones from stepping into their power. Demons also watch chosen ones because they see them as threats. A chosen one who understands their power and knows how to use it can be a formidable opponent for these dark beings. By watching, demons are trying to assess the potential threat and find ways to neutralize it before it becomes a problem for them. Sometimes, demons watch chosen ones out of a desire to corrupt them. In many spiritual traditions, it's believed that corrupting a pure soul is a great achievement for a demon. Chosen ones, with their special energy and potential for good, are prime targets for this kind of corruption. By watching, demons look for opportunities to tempt or mislead chosen ones, to try and turn them away from their true path. Lastly, demons might watch chosen ones as part of a larger plan. These beings often have complex, long-term strategies to increase their influence in our world. Chosen ones might be seen as key pieces in these plans. By watching, demons are trying to figure out how to best use chosen ones to further their dark agendas. Now that we understand why demons are watching, let's talk about why this is dangerous. Because make no mistake, being watched by these powerful, malevolent beings is not something to take lightly. One of the biggest dangers is the potential for manipulation. These demons are ancient, intelligent beings with a deep understanding of human psychology. By watching you, they're learning your weaknesses, your fears, your desires. They can use this information to try and manipulate you, to influence your thoughts and actions in ways that serve their dark purposes. This manipulation can take many forms. They might plant ideas in your head, making you think these thoughts are your own. They might try to amplify your negative emotions, making you more prone to anger, fear, or depression. They might even try to influence your dreams, using your subconscious mind as a playground for their manipulations. Another danger is energy drain. As we mentioned earlier, demons can feed off the energy of chosen ones. This feeding can happen even when they're just watching from a distance. If you're being watched by demons, you might find yourself feeling tired all the time, lacking energy or motivation. This isn't just normal fatigue. It's a spiritual drain that can affect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Being watched by demons can also lead to a state of constant fear or anxiety. Even if you're not consciously aware of their presence, on some level, your spirit knows you're being watched. This can lead to a constant state of unease, of feeling like you're never truly safe or alone. Over time, this can take a serious toll on your mental health. There's also the danger of escalation. Demons don't usually jump straight to full-on possession or attack. They start by watching, then move to subtle influences, and gradually escalate their activities if they're not stopped. By the time you realize what's happening, the situation might have become very serious indeed. Another risk is that being watched by demons can interfere with your spiritual growth and purpose. Chosen ones often have important roles to play in the world, whether they're aware of it or not. By watching and influencing you, demons can try to knock you off your path, to prevent you from fulfilling your true purpose. Lastly, there's the risk of attracting more negative entities. In the spiritual world, like attracts like. If you're being watched by one demon, it can make it easier for other dark entities to find and target you as well. It's like leaving your spiritual door open. Once one gets in, others might follow. All of these dangers underscore why it's so important to be aware of the signs of demonic watching and to know how to protect yourself. In the next sections, we'll talk about exactly how to do that. Because while these dangers are real and serious, you're not helpless against them. There are powerful ways to shield yourself and even to turn the tables on these dark watchers. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these dangers, you're already taking the first step towards protecting yourself. In the spiritual battle against these dark forces, awareness is your first and most powerful weapon. So stay alert, stay informed, and get ready to learn how to defend yourself against even the most powerful demonic watchers. Now that we understand the dangers of being watched by demons, let's talk about how to protect yourself. This is crucial information, so pay close attention. These methods have been used for thousands of years by people who've dealt with dark spiritual forces. They're simple, but powerful. First, let's talk about creating a protective shield of light. This might sound a bit strange if you're not used to working with energy, but it's a very effective method. Here's how you do it. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Imagine a bright, white light starting at the top of your head. See this light slowly flowing down over your body, like a waterfall of light. As it flows, it forms a bubble of light all around you. This bubble is your shield. It lets in good energy but keeps out anything negative. You can do this visualization anytime you feel threatened or uneasy. Another powerful protection method is using sacred symbols. Many spiritual traditions have symbols that are believed to ward off evil. The cross in Christianity, the Star of David in Judaism, the Om symbol in Hinduism, these are all examples. Find a symbol that resonates with you, whether it's from your own spiritual tradition or one you feel drawn to. You can wear this symbol as jewelry, draw it on a piece of paper, and carry it with you, or even just visualize it in your mind when you need protection. Salt is another simple but effective tool for protection. Salt has been used for purification and protection in many cultures for thousands of years. You can create a protective barrier by sprinkling salt around your bed or around the perimeter of your room or house. You can also take a bath with sea salt to cleanse your energy. Just add a cup of sea salt to your bath water and soak for at least 20 minutes. As you soak, imagine all negative energy being drawn out of your body and into the salt water. Let's continue with more ways to protect yourself from demonic watchers. Remember, the key is to use these methods consistently. Protection isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice. One powerful method is the use of protective herbs and incense. Certain plants have been used for spiritual protection for centuries. Sage, for example, is well known for its cleansing and protective properties. You can burn sage, a practice known as smudging, to cleanse your space of negative energy. Other protective herbs include rosemary, basil, and bay leaves. You can burn these as incense, carry them with you in a small bag, or even plant them around your home. Sound is another powerful tool for protection. Many spiritual traditions use sound to ward off negative energies. This can be in the form of prayer, chanting, or even just making noise. Bells, singing bowls, and clapping your hands are all ways to use sound for protection. The vibrations from these sounds can disrupt and dispel negative energies. Try ringing a bell in each corner of your room, or clapping your hands sharply while visualizing negative energy being broken up and dispelled. Mirrors can also be used for protection. In many cultures, mirrors are believed to reflect back negative energy. You can place small mirrors facing outward on your windows or doors to reflect away any negative energy trying to enter your space. Some people also wear small mirror charms for personal protection. Another important aspect of protection is strengthening your own energy. This involves practices that increase your personal vibration and make you less vulnerable to negative influences. Regular meditation is one of the best ways to do this. Even just 10 minutes a day of quiet meditation can significantly strengthen your energy field. Other practices like yoga, tai chi, or qigong can also be very effective. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of positive thinking and affirmations. Your thoughts and words have power. By consciously focusing on positive thoughts and speaking affirmations of protection, you can create a strong shield against negative influences. Try saying something like, "I am surrounded by divine light. I am protected and safe," each morning when you wake up and each night before you go to sleep. Even with all these protection methods, there might be times when you feel directly threatened by a demonic presence. It's important to know what to do in these situations. First and foremost, don't panic. Fear is like food for these negative entities. The calmer you can stay, the better. Take some deep breaths and try to center yourself. If you feel a threatening presence, loudly and firmly tell it to leave. You can say something like, "In the name of your higher power, I command you to leave this space immediately." The key is to say this with conviction. Remember, you have the power here. These entities cannot stay where they're not welcome. If you have any of the protective items we discussed earlier, salt, sacred symbols, protective herbs, use them immediately. Sprinkle salt around you. Hold your protective symbol, or light some sage if you have it. Call on your spiritual guides or protectors for help. Whether you believe in angels, spirit guides, or other benevolent spiritual beings, now is the time to ask for their assistance. You can simply say, "I call upon my spiritual protectors to surround and shield me now." If the feeling of threat persists, it's okay to physically leave the space you're in. Go outside if you can. Negative entities often have a harder time maintaining their presence in open spaces. After the immediate threat has passed, It's important to cleanse your space thoroughly. Use all the methods we've discussed: smudging with sage, sprinkling salt, ringing bells, and so on. You might also want to seek help from a spiritual leader or practitioner in your community who has experience dealing with these kinds of situations. Remember, persistent feelings of being threatened by demonic forces aren't something you have to deal with alone. It's okay to seek help, whether that's from spiritual leaders, mental health professionals, or support groups for people who've had similar experiences. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from understanding who the chosen ones are, to recognizing the signs of demonic watching, to learning how to protect yourself. It's a lot to take in, and you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. That's okay. The most important thing to remember is this: you are not powerless. Yes, there are powerful demons out there. Yes, they might be watching from the shadows. But you have power too. You have the power to recognize their influence, to protect yourself, and to stand strong in your own light. Being a chosen one isn't easy. It comes with challenges and responsibilities, but it also comes with great potential. You have the ability to bring light into this world, to make a positive difference. Don't let the fear of dark forces watching you hold you back from that potential. Use the protection methods we've discussed. Practice them regularly. Make them a part of your daily routine. The more you use these methods, the stronger your protection will become. But also, don't forget to live your life. The goal of these demons is to make you afraid, to hold you back. Don't let them win. Use your protection, stay aware, but also go out there and fulfill your purpose. Shine your light, because in the end, that's the greatest protection of all. Remember, you're not alone in this. There are others out there like you, other chosen ones facing the same challenges. Reach out, connect with like-minded individuals, share your experiences, and support each other. And always remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about these dark forces and how to protect yourself, the safer you'll be. So keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining your light. Thank you for watching this video. Stay safe, stay strong, and remember, you are chosen for a reason. Don't let anything, not even powerful demons watching from the shadows, stop you from fulfilling your true potential.